What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? It's your boy, the one and only, your host that do the most, Mr. Vira himself, aka the villain. Cause they hate me for my opinion, and I'm coming at y'all live at 5 with a world exclusive. Sean P Diddy Combs has just been gaffled by the feds. Jesus Christ. He is facing 3 major charges: racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation for prostitution. 2 of those charges carry life in prison, and the other charge carries a lengthy prison system. So it's basically all or nothing. It looks like they're trying to hit Diddy with a Rico, with a sex trafficking ring. They got him with some drugs. They got him with some guns. And man, it's insanity right now. Now, we all know Diddy done, all of this broke when Cassie came out with a lawsuit alleging Diddy was assaulting her, alleging that he tried to blow up kids' Cuddy car, and all type of wild shit, saying that he had her having sex with male prostitutes while he was filming it at these freak-offs, and he used to assault her, he used to make her do drugs and XYZ. And everybody was kind of like, you know, she might just be out for the bag, because it'd been a while since they've been together, and she didn't mention any of this while they were together. Well, he settled out of court mighty quickly. So it's like, damn, it's looking like he guilty. Then a tape drop of him whooping her ass, dragging her down the hallway by her hair, and all type of shit, which is also included in his 14-page sealed indictment that has just been recently unsealed. So it's looking ugly for Diddy. Now, he begged the courts to allow him to make bail. He tried to make bond, saying that he's not a flight risk, saying that he'll give up his passport, he'll give up his children's passport, his entire family. They can put him on ankle monitor. He offered to put his house up. Judge said, fuck no. He allegedly called one of the victims like 54 times. Back to back to back to back to back. They're alleging he's been threatening victims this whole time, trying to get them not to show up to court, trying to get them to take their statements away. And it's looking ugly for Diddy, man. This indictment is 14 pages long, and it's some questionable, wild shit in here, like some unbelievable shit. Now, they raided his home. They found some guns. They found some drugs. And the wildest thing that they found wasn't even guns or drugs. It was 100 bottles of lube and baby oil. What the fuck do you need with 100 bottles of lube and baby oil? How much freaking can you do at a freak off? And another alarming key detail that I read in this indictment was that after these freak offs, some which would go for days. So allegedly, they getting high on drugs, they getting high on pills, they doing this pink cocaine, they doing all type of shit. They probably doing bath salts, all type of crazy shit, shrooms, whatever. And they freaking off for days, some people willingly, some people unwillingly. So they was just drugging people up, beating them the fuck up, forcing a lot of these people to do these acts, or threatening their careers, or promising them that I'll give you a career, you know what I'm saying? Enhancing a career or enhancing them financially. However the case, he got them involved in the freak-offs, they would go for days, and he would order IVs after the freak-off because they were so dehydrated from freaking off for days at a time, hours at a time. How much motherfucking freaking do you gotta do that you need a motherfucking IV to rejuvenate you and bring you back to life? This is crazy. Diddy is... the diddler done it again. Did he do it? Did he not? It's looking bad. Now, mind you, I'm not placing guilt on Diddy, but right now, he looking guilty as a motherfucker because allegedly the feds say they have tapes of the freak-offs. They have video footage. So how fucking stupid could you be that you keep evidence of the freak-offs and you committing crimes in your home? Now, a lot of people said he kept the tapes for blackmail purposes. I guess there's a lot of upper echelons attached to this too, because it's alleged he said, hey, if I go down, everybody going down. So it sounds like he ain't trying to go in it alone. Now, I got the 14-page indictment right here. Let me read some of this in case you didn't. It's 14 pages long. I'm going to really skim through it. It says, for decades, Sean Combs, the defendant, abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, amongst other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. So they said for decades. So if you know anything about the feds, they don't come until they got you dead bang. They have a 99.99999% conviction rate. So in other words, when the feds come, you ain't beating the feds. And they said for decades. So this means they got decades worth of evidence, because the feds ain't just throwing shit out there to ruin their reputation. Trust me, the feds say it, they got it. So it's looking all bad. Now, apparently he tried to blow up Kid Cudi's car. That's what I'm assuming this arson charge is over Cassie. And man, this is crazy. So with someone who has as much success as Diddy has and is basically billionaire status, it no longer becomes about the money. It now becomes a control factor, a power factor. Like they said, absolute power corrupts absolutely. You can only buy so many things. You can only travel so many places. After you done bought everything you ever wanted and done traveled the world 1,000 times, all of that shit loses its, what's the word I'm looking for? It loses the excitement. Like, all right, I got jewelry. I've been buying jewelry for decades. I got cars. I've been buying cars for decades. I done traveled around the world on tour. I've been doing that for decades. Now, let me see what this power do. Let me see how many people I can control. Let me see how many bitches I can get to do some crazy shit. Even, let me see how many men I can get to do some crazy shit. Because it's alleged there's a lot of men in these freak off videos, which I'm assuming that's what the baby oil and the lube was for. I mean, it's 2024. Who the fuck is still using baby oil, number one? But that's wild. 100 bottles? How much ass you gotta fuck? How much ass is you fucking to need 100 bottles of baby oil and lubrication? That's wild. That's beyond wild. But let's keep going. It says, as part of his pattern of abuse, Combs manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. So this nigga is hiring male prostitutes. He's having all type of bitches get fucked by these prostitutes. He's filming it, and he's in the corner on some cuck shit, whacking off, watching all this go down. Like I said, the power probably turned him on more than the sexual acts. And mind you, all of this is alleged, by the way. I'm not placing guilt on Diddy, but I just know how the feds work, and when the feds come, the feds got your ass. So Diddy might not even be at the top of this ring. He might be the fall guy, because I doubt that Diddy put all this together on his own. But like he said, if he go down, everybody's going down. Now, he said he done this for years. Let's go down this some more, because this is just page one. It says some of his employees include security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors and other close associates. So he got people with power in high places. Basically, that's what they're saying. That's what they getting at. And they said there's going to be some more people going down for this shit. So if you was on them freak off tapes and the women is in here getting drugged, because he's recording all of this and they out of their brain, they don't even know where the fuck they at, you going down too. The feds is coming for your ass. So it's a lot of people that's scared to death right now. They scared shitless. Because if you notice, the only person that's talking right now is 50. You know 50 gonna troll anything. 50 gonna troll everything. 50 the only one that's speaking out, because he know for a fact he ain't been to them freak offs and he ain't with that shit. But everybody else in the industry, you notice they mighty quiet, awfully quiet. I know niggas is like, oh my God, please don't let me be on one of the motherfucking tapes. It's looking ugly. Let me keep going down this indictment though. This sealed documentation that they done unsealed. I'm trying to find the most wildest shit that's in here. We all know he been, okay. So it says, damn, I should have highlighted some of this shit. This is wild. But what y'all think? Y'all think Diddy guilty? Or do y'all think he's the fall guy? because basically this is looking like Jeffrey Epstein 2.0. And we all know how that went. That list never came out. So do you believe Diddy's going to take the fall on his own, or are they going to go and get everybody that's involved? Because we still ain't seen that Epstein list. We still ain't seen it. Truth be told. And to me, that's worse than Diddy, because that was involving kids. That was involving minors. So yeah, we still need that list. If we gonna crucify Diddy, we need to crucify everybody that's on the Epstein list. Let's wipe them all out. And y'all owe Cat Williams an apology too, because y'all said he was crazy after that interview when he said it's gonna be a grand awakening and it's gonna be some spiritual cleansing this year, and everything that's in the dark gonna come to light. And Lord behold, everything been coming to light. So here it says, oh yeah, okay, here we go. This is crazy. Members and associates of the Combs empire, including high-ranking supervisor staff, blah, 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 facilitated the freak-offs. Amongst other things, booking hotel rooms for freak-offs, stocking the hotel rooms in advance with required freak-off supplies, including controlled substances, baby oil, lubricant, extra linen, in case you fucking them sheets up, and lighting. What the fuck? Lighting? I guess that's to get your ass good on camera. Like we in the studio and it's lit up, he want to make sure that they see, nah, that's you, nigga. Ain't no, that ain't me, nigga. We clear as day. That nigga got a big ass studio light in these damn freak offs. This is crazy work. So after the freak offs, his team would come try to mitigate room damage, arrange for travel for victims, commercial sex worker, and Combs to and from freak offs. Resupplying Combs with requested supplies, delivering large sums of cash to Combs to pay the commercial sex workers. Scheduling the delivery of IV fluids. Bro, I'm still tripping on how you need an IV after a freak off. It's niggas that go whole NFL games, double, triple overtime, and don't need IVs in the game. It's niggas playing NBA games, full court, back and forth, 48 minutes, and don't need an IV. How much fucking is you doing that you need an IV? That's crazy. That's like emergency levels. Like, oh my God, this person is dehydrated. They finna flatline. Get an IV in here. What type of freak offs is this nigga? Man, listen. This is wild. This is crazy work. Combs subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse to cause victims to engage in freak offs. Combs maintained control over his victims through, amongst other things, physical violence, promises of career opportunities, like I mentioned earlier, granting and threatening to withhold financial support, which I mentioned earlier, and by other coercive means, including tracking their whereabouts, dictating the victim's appearance. So this nigga tracking your whereabouts, he telling you what you can and can't wear, and he beating the fuck out you. Hit, kicked, threw objects at, dragged victims at times by the hair. Hey, shut the fuck up. Hey, shut up. The assaults often resulted in injuries that took days or weeks to heal. So this is crazy. So it sounds like whoever was signed to Puff, I'm not putting this on everybody, but a good portion of them, he was threatening their career. Like, look, you're going to engage in these freak offs or your career over. Your album ain't coming out. Your bank account, we're going to freeze your assets. Them cars and them houses, yeah, that's over with. So this is wild. It says members of the Combs enterprise at times carry firearms, which is nothing wrong with that. Your Second Amendment rights. You can carry firearms. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that, as long as you got your shit legally. It says on more than one occasion, Combs himself carried or brandished firearms to intimidate or threaten others. So this nigga was strapped at these freak offs. They in the room getting lubed up. They under the big bright lights. They popping Viagra, sniffing coke. Puff come in with 240 Glocks. Puff come in with a 30 stick. Let's get cracking. Y'all know what time it is. See, this nigga's the Joker for real. Y'all thought he was just dressing up for Halloween? This nigga looking like he was the Joker for real. If all of this is facts, this nigga was the real life Joker. Like, the documentary on this is gonna be wild. This shit is finna be crazy. It was some other shit that was highlighted. Let me see. Hey, shut up. So this is basically saying any and all property, real and personal, that constitutes or is derived from proceeds traceable to the commission of said offense, including but not limited to a sum of money in the United States currency representing the amount of proceeds traceable to the commission of said offense. Substitute assets provision. If any of the above described forfeitable property as a result of any act, omission of the defendant cannot be located upon the exercise of due diligence, has been transferred or sold to or deposited with a third person, has been placed beyond the jurisdiction of the court, has been substantially diminished in value, or has been coming led with other property which cannot be subdivided without. So it sound okay, this page 13, they cut off right there. It sounded like they basically saying, nigga, if you try to hide your funds, transfer funds, you tried to lower the assets of what you got, basically trying to make your money disappear, we on your ass. That's basically what they getting at. Because you know, a lot of times when these super wealthy get in trouble, they'll get to putting shit in other people's names. They got LLCs. They got an LLC that's owned by a company that's owned by a company that's overseas, offshore. They basically saying, nigga, we not playing none of that shit. So it sound like he finna be dead fucking broke after this, because we know how the feds do. They prolong this shit. They let your money dry up till you can't even pay for a defense no more. And then that's when they get the hitting you. So this shit is gonna be more crazy than the YSL case. And I wonder if they're gonna televise this shit. This is crazy. It's looking like it's over for Diddy. It's looking like it's over for the diddler. And I wonder how many other people is gonna come out and start expressing their experiences and testifying in this trial. Because you know they're gonna have some surprise witnesses. So I wonder if a lot of people that's on them freak off tapes is gonna try to jump the gun before they go down and try to get some type of immunity. Like, look, keep my name on the low, keep my name out the public. Often freak off tapes, I'll come in, testify, do whatever you want. Now, Gene Deal, the ex-bodyguard for Puff, has been saying this for years. And y'all was calling him a hater and all type of shit. He called it. Same with Jaguar Wright. Y'all owe both of them an apology, because they've been going on podcast after podcast after podcast expressing all of this, and y'all been saying these people are crazy. This is wild. It's a lot of big notable names that is alleged to have been in these freak offs and doing freaky shit with Puff, but I don't see their names here, so I'm not gonna say their names in this video until their names do pop up, because I don't want to put that type of smut on somebody else. I'm just sticking with the facts of what's on this paper that was unsealed. Now, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have more documents unsealed and more evidence coming out as the case goes along, but as of right now, Diddy can't make bail. He will be held until his arraignment, and shit, it's looking ugly. They already took his passport, so I don't know why he even offered to get that up. But apparently he was calling victims 50, 60 times, which I don't know why the fuck he would be doing that, especially from his own phone. But, I mean, we know what the fuck going on. This shit like a real-life movie. When Combs' authority or reputation was threatened by the possibility of negative publicity or legal or law enforcement action against him, including in or about the late 2033 following public allegations of Combs' crimes, Combs and members of the associates of the enterprise pressured witnesses and victims, including through bribery, to stay silent and not report what they experienced or knew to law enforcement. On phone calls, Combs and other members and associates of the enterprise, amongst other things, provided these victims and witnesses with a false narrative of events in effort to conceal Combs' crimes. Combs caused these calls to be recorded on at least 2 occasions. Dumb motherfucker. So they got him on. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I'm putting a legend. It's a wrap. They got this nigga on voice recording, coercing victims. This is crazy work. But see, on the flip side of that, we all know they can fake phone calls now. They can actually place you in video footage. See, this is where all this AI shit gets spooky. See, I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on. This is where the AI shit gets spooky. They can place you in a video that you wasn't even at, committing a crime that you never committed. But we can't tell the difference between the AI version of the video and reality. So the lines are getting blurred, and I said this a long time ago, not to say that this is the case with Diddy, but I'm just saying in the future, this could be the case, and it could be used to silence people. They could use this AI shit and have you on voice recordings that you never were really on, but it's your voice on some Minority Report shit. They coming to get you for a crime you never committed. Like, are y'all not understanding the dangers of that? They can place you in a video that looks real. You committing the most heinous acts on earth. Now, who you think the world gonna believe? Your word or what they looking at and what they hear? You gonna be crucified automatic. So this is dangerous. This AI shit is gonna be dangerous. Mark my motherfucking words. All these rebels and these people that's fighting against the system and speaking on freedom and this and that, anytime the system wants to silence you, they can use AI and get you the fuck up out of here. And the public ain't gonna be on your side, because we know as soon as the tape drop, the public gonna believe whatever they see. They not even gonna look for no evidence. But it's looking terrible for Diddy, man. I don't know how the fuck he gonna escape up out of this. I don't see no escape up out of this. Like I said, the sealed document is online, it's 14 pages. They're gonna hold a conference on the indictment if they didn't already hold one by the time you see this video. But yeah, man, Diddy is sounding like the diddler is up out of here. You can go pull up these sealed documents and read everything word for word. I'm not gonna read the whole 14 pages, but you can go out there and do your homework. But yeah, it's looking ugly for Diddy. He's basically fighting life. It's all or nothing. Racketeering, arson, kidnap, weapons, drugs. They basically trying to paint this nigga like a kingpin. Basically saying he kingpin status. So again, I would like to see what other names are involved in this, because we know Diddy is not the ringleader, just like Jeffrey Epstein wasn't the ringleader. It was a lot of other high-ranking names, a lot of powerful people attached to that's involved in this sex trafficking shit. Like, look up the numbers of how much income is involved with sex trafficking, especially on of minors. We had a whole episode on that. That shit makes more than all major sports combined yearly. This is big business. You think that's only criminals in that? Like, come on, man. Y'all got to wake up, man. Put y'all tinfoil hat on. But make sure y'all share, like, subscribe to the channel, man. Run us up, man. As the case unfolds, I'll be back at y'all with some updates. But as of right now, go read that unsealed document. Get yourself up to speed. And when they do a press conference, we'll be back at y'all. But right now, the diddler done it again.